She was mopping the lobby floor when the CEO heard her speak Mandarin, Spanish, and French, each with native precision. What happened next stunned the entire company. At Halberg International, most people didn't even notice the cleaning crew. Not out of cruelty, just routine. They came in after hours pushing carts, emptying trash, wiping down conference tables, blending into the background like elevator music. It was a Monday morning in downtown Fort Worth, Texas. The main lobby buzzed with heels clicking against tile, people tapping on phones, murmuring about deadlines, and clutching coffee like it held the meaning of life. Jonathan Kellerman, the CEO, was midway through his walk from the parking garage to the 18th floor executive suite when he heard it, a voice fluent, sharp, flowing in a language he hadn't heard since his last visit to the Shanghai office, Mandarin. He froze, not because it was Mandarin, but because of who was speaking. He glanced around, expecting an early arriving international sales rep. Then he saw her, a woman in a burgundy janitor's uniform, short twists pulled into a ponytail, standing near the touchscreen lobby directory. She was mid-conversation with an older man in a navy jacket and thick-rimmed glasses, his face a mix of confusion and relief. Her tone was calm, warm, confident, guiding him toward the elevators. Kellerman squinted. He recognized her. She passed through the halls after late meetings, always polite, always quiet. Never spoke unless spoken to. He didn't even know her name. Yet here she was translating effortlessly in a language most Americans couldn't pronounce properly. He took a slow step forward. As he drew closer, she finished the Mandarin conversation and turned to a delivery man holding a clipboard. She spoke, fluidly switching to Spanish. The delivery man blinked. "Sí, gracias." Then, just as casually, she turned to a vendor nearby inspecting a stack of mislabeled boxes. "Set mal mark. La conference bs de ladder kit," she said in French, pointing with a small smile. Kellerman's jaw tightened. Not from frustration, from something else. Something heavier. Guilt. He'd spent over 20 years in global logistics, led international expansions, hired translators, built cultural training programs, and here, scrubbing toilets just a floors down, was possibly the most linguistically gifted person he'd met in years. He stepped forward, curious now, not commanding. "Excuse me." She turned, slightly startled, but composed. "Yes, sir." He smiled faintly. "That was Mandarin, right?" "Yes, sir. You speak it fluently?" "Yes, and Spanish, French." She nodded. "Also Portuguese, German, Arabic, Italian, Swahili. And I can read Latin, though I don't really count that." He blinked. "You're telling me you speak 9 languages?" "Yes, sir." No pride, no arrogance, just a simple, straight truth. He stared at her, trying to process that the woman who mopped his floors every night was, essentially, a walking United Nations. "What's your name?" he finally asked. "Denise Atwater." "Miss Atwater, are you free for a few minutes?" She raised an eyebrow. "Now?" "Yes. I'd like to talk to you in my office." She hesitated, not from fear, more a learned reflex from years of being overlooked, then slowly nodded. "All right." He pressed the elevator button, holding the door as she stepped in. Inside, silence lingered as they ascended toward the executive suite. She spoke. "I've worked here 13 years. He turned toward her. "Never thought I'd be invited up." He gave a quiet smile. "You might be surprised how quickly things can change." But neither of them had any idea just how much was about to shift, not just for her, but for him too.